Customer brought in this 1911 pistol, model MR1911GSS by Magnum-Research out of Pillager, Minnesota. Bull Limited, made in Israel. Serial number on this one is G-A02947. Chambered in 45 ACP. Nice. Fiber optic front sight. A fixed Novak style rear with a boot cocker. Serrations on the front and rear of the slide. Full length one piece guide rod. Commander style hammer. Extended thumb safety. Checkered slide release and a checkered magazine release. Extended skeletonized trigger and a beaver tail grip safety with a memory bump. And they skeletonized, or they scalloped out the sides like Colt. G10 grips in orange and black. That's attractive. Matched up with these accented black parts. So of course you can't have stainless sights. That's just not possible. So a lot of companies will accent the pistol with other black components. The extractor, the ejector, the hammer, thumb safety, slide release, and the magazine release are all black. And then you've got this black accent and the orange grips. That is really attractive. Flat mainspring housing with 30 LPI and matching 30 LPI on the front strap. And they scalloped out the frame here for the middle finger, so you can get up higher on the frame. Magazine well, but it's not matched to the frame. It's loose slightly. Wonder how I can make that tighter. And then they put this weird stippling pattern on the thumb safety. That is just strange. I don't know why you would do that. That's what we're here for today. Customer wants us to install this Wilson Combat Ambidextrous-Thumb-Safety, part number 620BP, which means bulletproof. And you're probably wondering, what does bulletproof mean? Well, for one, it means that this is a machined part. If you'll notice on the back side of the paddle here, you can see the machine markings from the CNC tool. This is fully machined from a block of steel. So most thumb safeties, if not all ambidextrous thumb safeties, are cast or MIM'd. This is Wilson's last generation ambidextrous thumb safety. It's the 192 series. These cost about $60 retail. You could still get them today. You could probably still buy them on the Wilson website. I know they're available on eBay and other distributors like Palmetto. This is not a bad part. This is a very good ambidextrous thumb safety. And at the time when it first came out, about 20 years ago, this was top of the line. To get this together, you got to press really tightly. That is tough to get together. It's a lot of force. And when you're putting it together in the gun, of course, you got to tap on this side with a hammer. And to take it apart, you got to tap on this side with a hammer and kind of cantilever it out and then kind of go back and forth with it. It's difficult to get this union apart. It's not impossible, but if you don't know what you're doing, you could easily damage the part or your gun. If you want this relationship to be finer, you have to go in there with a needle nose file and clean up this relationship so it's easier to get together and it comes together tighter. I don't know if you can see, this part's right out of the package, but if you'll notice the relationship there between the pin, it could be a little better. That being said, you want this to be really tight. if you'll notice, when you move one side, the other side moves. There is absolutely no movement. You don't want movement between these components. If there is the little bit of movement, which you'll find on other aftermarket thumb safeties, that relationship gets worse over time, and then eventually you have a breakage. There's a failure, and that's what you don't want. You want this to be tight. You don't want it to be so tight that it's difficult to get apart. So that being said, out of the package, this is certainly not a drop-in part. You got to fit this relationship to make it better. If you are skilled enough to do that, or you know someone who's skilled enough to do that, then that's something that you might want to, a job that you want to undertake. But that's it, that you need to be a very skilled gunsmith to make that relationship better than it is now. That being said, you still have to fit this lug right here. You have to shave that corner off to match the sear in your pistol. So there's a lot of fitting in this part. For $60, it's a quality part, and if you know what you're doing, it's not a bad component. This for $160, oh my gosh, that relationship right there is like putting a hot knife through butter. I mean, that is just beautiful. There's nothing anyone is going to be able to do with a needle nose file to make that relationship better. That is as good as it's going to get, and it's tight, and it's not going to loosen over time. That is a solid relationship. This is certainly the best ambidextrous thumb safety on the market today. But really what makes it bulletproof is not that it's just machined, it's that it's cryoed. When you freeze a component like this, the molecules will separate and align themselves in a more uniform fashion, which ultimately creates a stronger, more consistent part. This is certainly, in my opinion, the best ambidextrous thumb safety on the market for a 1911. And what we're going to do today is install this part in this pistol. If you want to see how that turns out, stay tuned for part 2. Thanks for watching, people. Make it a great day.